Hey everyone, this is Suresh from Mind is a Monkey coming at you guys with another episode of Let's Check Out Some Diecast. I have been severely backlogged on my content creation. All it took was one bad episode of cough and a sore throat, and boom. I was prevented from making content as much as I wanted to. But then, good thing is that's all behind me now. So hopefully, all of you guys are staying safe and healthy. So in today's episode, I have the latest mix of the Hot Wheels Boulevards, right? So it is safe to say that this is an all-new mix, although more recent assortments. So that would be 111 through 115, right? So they have started showing up in social media. I mean, folks in the United States have already started finding them. But with that disclaimer, I mean, this is this is the latest assortment that have showed up at least where I live. So I think it is kind of like safe to say that this is like an all-new mix of Hot Wheels Boulevards, right? So this is the assortment 106 through 110. So we have a pretty cool lineup of cars here. I mean, 4 out of 5 models are making their first time appearance in this Boulevard series, with the exception of the Pantera. So it's a pretty fully loaded mix. So without further delay, let's dive right into the action. So first in today's mix at number 106 is the Mazda 323 GTR. So let me just zoom out a little so that you can check out the card art, right? So Mazda 323 GTR. Very interesting casting. This is a new model. Let me open it. I like to kind of like gather some information about cars that we would be looking in the channel. And I mean, this car, Wikipedia, the Wikipedia page for this car just kept going on and on, right? So this car has a huge history, starting all the way with the Mazda Familia. So after many generations of iterative design and improvements, it became the Mazda 323 between 1977 and 1980, I'm going to say. And finally, the GTR, right, was added as a 6th generation feature. So this was almost in 1990. So, so that is what. So it started as the Mazda Familia, and then it went through generations of design and iterations and became the Mazda 323 GTR, right? So this particular model is like, this particular color scheme is modeled after a real world car. And I think this specific model is a European release. And I'm very excited, that this is going to start making appearances in other premium lines like car culture. So there we have a brand new tooling making its debut appearance in the premium lines, the Mazda 323 GTR. So let's set that right there. Up next at 107, we have the custom 01 Acura Integra GSR. Now, this is making its first time appearance in the Boulevard series. But what kind of really surprised me was that this is actually a brand new tooling. This is like a new diecast chassis, because this model is actually making its debut in the premium line. Now, that was like super bonkers for me because, typically you would think Acura and boom, Fast and the Furious. That's where, that's what would immediately pop in your brains, right? But this particular model, the Acura Integra GSR, is actually making its debut appearance in the premium line. So it's like a brand new tooling and everything. We have seen loads of, mainline models, but this is the first time that is actually making an appearance in the premium series, which is like Boulevard. So there we have the custom 01 Acura Integra GSR, and nice choice of wheels. They kind of like match the interiors, so that's a pretty cool wheel choice. And I think the Mazda also looks pretty cool. Now, I do not know if those wheels are also kind of like modeled after the real world release out there. But yes, I mean, definitely good choice of wheels for the cars. All right. Up next at 108, we have the Meyers Manx. So when you go and key in Meyers Manx, right? The first Google search result or whatever, right? So it's gonna take you to a page that says Meyers Manx is the original dune buggy, right? So it was originally a small recreationally oriented automobile, which was designed for desert racing by this person called Bruce F. Meyers. Now, Bruce Meyers himself, um, uh, he was a Californian engineer, and he himself is an artist, a boat builder, and a surfer, right? So I think originally the real world Meyers Manx dune buggies, they were kind of like they were like a form of car kits which were applied to shortened chassis of VW Beetles, right? So that's why you will see a lot of similarities between this and a Beetle, right? So, to folks who have been veteran collectors of Hot Wheels, you will remember that these would bring memories of, the treasure hunts, right? The OG treasure hunts with real riders before super treasure hunts became a thing. Hot Wheels had treasure hunts, and I remember the Meyers Manx was a treasure hunt, right? So the original Meyers Manx, which came as treasure hunts and everything, it actually that was designed by in the Hot Wheels model was designed by Phil Railman, and this particular Boulevard model is the combined efforts of designers Dmitry Shakhmatov and Ronald Wong. And I think this has like a removable part. This plastic is removable, but I'm like super scared that I'm going to, kind of like break it or something. Let me just like take it off camera and try to take it apart. Yep. After a little bit of struggle, I was able to take it apart. You just gotta kind of like take care. I would just pry this front part out. So you gotta kind of like nudge the windshield towards the front a little. And then, you kind of like pull this out and then it comes off pretty easily. So, I think this is the reason for the retooling. I think the original, I don't know for a fact if the original Meyers Manx that was designed by Phil Railman had a removable part. So I guess that's why this had to be kind of like redesigned by the current Hot Wheels Dream Team. So it's a pretty cool model that we have right there, the original dune buggy Meyers Manx. I'm not gonna mess with it right now, so I'll just like leave that buggy part, but that top part just open for now. Okay. All right. Up next at 109, we have the Ford Transit Supervan. Now, this is a very interesting model because this has actually made a lot of appearances. All right, but every single one of them has been a premium. Right? What I mean to say is there is not a single mainline of this model, right? So this has made appearance in heritage rail riders, pop culture, Star Wars, car culture, as the Gulf, van in I'm gonna say wagons, right? So even the Walmart diorama exclusive set had a Ford Transit Supervan. Right. So, but, this has never come out as a main line. So always making appearances in the premium line. Right. So another, when we talk about a model that has been exclusively almost premium, so it reminds me of another of my favorite models, the Volkswagen, I'm going to say the T1 panel bus. Right. So the panel bus has been exclusively premium. Right. So like we don't have a main line of that. So that's pretty cool. So this model is making its first appearance in the Boulevard lines, right? So the Mazda, the Acura, the Meyers Manx, and the Ford Transit Supervan are making their first time appearances in the Boulevard series. Let's check out the graphics. Wow, it's got a lot of details there. I mean, I initially thought that was a paint smudge, but I think there's details in there. I'm just one second. I'm just gonna take it off camera and check it out. Yeah, definitely some pattern built into that. All right. So nice. I'm super glad that, all these stripes, none of them got smudged by packaging or anything. So it's pretty cool, right? So there you have a classic front grille, so pretty cool. I'm pretty sure this is a great hit among van lovers. And I think I almost have every release of this model because, I used to be a fan of all the Star Wars graphics that came on this model. And pretty soon I had like a good deal 4 Transit Super Vans in my collection. So we'll set that right there. Let me zoom it out a little. All right. So do you guys know of any other models that have just made exclusive appearances in the premium line? Leave me a comment. And up next at 110, we have the Tomaso Pantera Gruppo 4. Pretty cool. I have said this many times earlier in my channel. Black and yellow is such an awesome combination, and there is something that makes it very suited for racing, right? So let's check out the card art, right? So check that out. That's beautiful. So let me set the phone back here. All right. So there we have the Tomaso Pantera Gruppo 4. So the Pantera, it's a mid-engine sports car that was produced by Italian automobile manufacturer Tomaso, right? So this was manufactured from 1971 to 1992 or something. And the car literally means panther in Italian, right? So the Gruppo 4 classification, I think it stood for a certain class of racing rules. That's what I was able to find out about it. And, the very curious detail that I found about this particular Hot Wheels casting is, for some reason, I thought this was also kind of like a new tooling making its debut appearance in Boulevards, but I was wrong. This is the second time this particular casting is making its appearance in the Boulevards, right? The earlier one was one in red, I'm going to say, but unfortunately I could not get to that casting in time, so I was not able to find it for this video. And very recently, it has also come as part of the Gulf team transport, right? So I have that sitting in a pile somewhere, hopefully, another candidate for a video. Right? And this one happens to be, this one happens to be one of the favorite models of my dear friend, Todd Van Hammond, also known as Crazy Todd Diecast, right? So he's my buddy from the Fox Valley. So, we have spent a lot of nights hunting out at Walmarts and stuff like that. So many nice memories. So with Dave and Todd. So I've been picking a lot of these extras for Todd because he just like adores this car a lot. It's his favorite because I remember him telling me that this used to be kind of like his pocket car back in the days when he was a kid growing up and stuff like that. So there we have the 5 cars of the latest Boulevard assortment, 106 through 110. And I also wanted to give a shout out to my buddy Jordan Bilgo, who helped me grab this set. So, because, as you know, Boulevards are always like super hot because point 1, they are exclusive to Walmart in the United States. And point 2, there are always folks who are gonna, just pick 1 or 2 cars from the makes. And that kind of like makes it difficult for others to collect the sets, right? You can't blame them because some of these are like super cool models. But then again, for folks like me who would like to complete sets, that's kind of like a bummer. So thanks to Jordan, I was able to kind of like grab a set. So there we have the latest assortment of Boulevards. So which one is your top favorite? My top favorite is going to be this Mazda, followed by the Tomaso Pantera, and then followed by, the Ford Transit Supervan. So those would be my 1, 2, and 3. Definitely the others are equally good models. It's just that I had to pick a number, right? So what are your top favorites? Do leave a comment and hope you guys like this video. Share the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So till I meet you guys next time with another episode, this is Suresh signing off. Rock on and stay awesome, you guys. Bye.